Hello, what is going on YouTube? It's Runescape here with a guide to make your life at Dagannoth Kings a lot easier. If you're looking for ways to make money in Runescape, then hit the subscribe button to get notified for the best up-to-date money making methods in-game, and feel free to check out the ultimate money making playlist down in the description. Now if you're anything like me, you heard that the new dinosaur bosses were coming out soon and thought there's no better time for you to go finish off some of your Dagannoth King logs. Until after 20 really boring minutes you realise why you didn't do this boss in the first place. And that's where this guide comes in to help make your experience at DKs easier than ever. Let's take a look at the gear setup that I recommend for this method. Firstly, you're going to want your best hybrid gear. For this video I'll use War Priest as it is easily obtainable and it shows you how easy it is to sustain your health here. If you want to make this more efficient and increase your kills an hour, you can bring armor switches. But let's be honest, if you wanted to switch your gear like a maniac reminiscent to Nightmare RH's old PKing videos, you'd probably be on old school. You'll also want to bring your best two-handed weapons for each combat style. In this video I'll be using a Scythe, Eldritch and Inquisitor's Staff. Feel free to upgrade or downgrade these items where possible. To keep this simple, I am going to be using Precise 6 and Equilibrium 4 on all of my gear. However, if you have Aftershock 4 and Equilibrium 2, this will be better here. As these are poisonable and you're going to be using Tribrid gear, I'd recommend bringing Cinderbane gloves and Silverhawk boots. If you do not have these, simply bring War Priest. I will be using Blood Barrage and Onyx Criminal Bolts enchanted here to sustain my health whilst doing this method. In order to fully maximise your profits here, you will want to bring magic notepaper to note the Dagannoth hides that these drop. If you want this to be as chill as possible, don't even note the Dagannoth hides. Simply just bring your magic notepaper to note any excess dragon hatchets or berserker rings that you obtain during the hour. If you choose not to note these, you're only going to be losing 500k profit an hour, so this is up to you. Finally, you want to bring an Excalibur and Ancient Elven Ritual Shard, just to be used in them situations where you're running a bit low on health to keep yourself alive. So, in terms of which aura to use, you have a choice of using Vampirism or Penance. I personally prefer using the Penance aura as it allows me to have a lot more room in my inventory for loot, and it enables me to be even more AFK as I don't have to worry about my prayer dropping. If you choose Vampirism, I'd heavily recommend bringing at least 12 Super Restores to last you the full hour with tier 99 prayers. So in terms of useful items, I'd heavily recommend using the Lorehound pet. This is obtainable just south of the Varrock Lodestone at Maze Quest Caravan. The pet itself costs 25 quest points to unlock, however you do not unlock the utility of it until you have 125. For those of you wondering what this does, it increases your area loot range from 7 squares all the way up to a 9x9 area. This is crazy good at Dagannoth Kings as it enables you to stay in the same spot and loot all 3 of them without even moving. Next up, I'd heavily recommend having a Death Note relic. This enables you to automatically note all bones that are dropped by the Dagannoth Kings, which then automatically get picked up by your Bone Crusher. If you do not have the archaeology level for this, but you've done the Fremennik Elite Diaries, you can also wear the Fremennik Sea Boots 4. Now let's take a look at the method itself. It's very simple, all you do is stand where I do in this video and switch to Legacy Combat Mode. When you first enter the room, put on Soul Split and your ranged weapon and kill Dagannoth Prime. Followed by this, switch to your magic gear and kill Rex, and then finally, you want to kill Supreme. This is where the Lorehound comes into play, because you can stay still on this spot with your loot interface open without ever closing it and just looting any of the valuable drops as they come. Just make sure that once you've killed one boss, swap your weapon and attack the next. You can do this method without using any damage boosting prayers, however if you want to increase your kills an hour, I'd heavily recommend switching these as you switch your weapons. Because you ain't able to auto-retaliate when you have the loot interface open, it's extremely important to make sure that you do the following things in order to stay in combat at all times. After you've killed one of the Dagannoth Kings, I'd recommend switching your weapon, clicking on the Dagannoth King to start attacking, and then swapping your prayer. This way you can ensure that you are always in combat while having your loot interface open at all times. And that's pretty much it. There's nothing special here, there's no ability rotations, and with this method, on task, you can expect to get 165 Dagannoth King kills an hour. Unless you've been living under a rock, you're probably fully aware that all of the rings dropped from Dagannoth Kings have been given a new lease of life. And because you need 10 of each of them to upgrade into the new rings, all of the existing ones from Dagannoth Kings are heavily inflated, making it so that you can make even more profit an hour doing this method. Because of this, the most notable drops from killing these bosses are the Dragon Hatchets and the respective rings. However, don't sleep on the Dagannoth bones and hides, because they are going to be adding up a chunk of your profits over time. On screen now there will be a tool which will let you work out how much profit you can expect to make an hour here, including the quantity of every single drop which you are going to be looking for. You can find the link in the description. Simply just adjust the kills an hour in the top left to suit you, And in the case of 165 kills an hour, you can expect on average 8 million gold, including just over 1 dragon hatchet and roughly 1.6 rings an hour. For those Ironmen out there that are looking up this video because they're trying to grind Dagannoth Kings to be ready for the new bosses, you'll have to kill roughly 3,845 Dagannoth Kings to get enough rings, which is roughly 23 hours using the method in this video. If you found this guide useful, drop a like and feel free to subscribe for daily RuneScape free content. Thank you everyone so far for the support on the channel, you truly have been amazing, and if you have any methods that you would like to see, please leave a comment down below. Thank you for watching.